I'm working on one more of our window baskets, getting it all planted up. It's actually this one right behind me. So this is a 3-foot long one, and I just went down to the garden center and picked up a bunch of really fun stuff, and I thought you guys might like to see it because it is another shade-loving arrangement. So this is the south side of our house, but there's an overhang up above me, so you can kind of like see the beam right there. Oh, and the overhang. There it is. So it doesn't get any direct sun, but it is pretty bright over here. And it is interesting to try to fill up containers this time of year. So we are getting toward the end of June, and it's kind of like every man for himself down at the garden center. Like, hopefully you can find enough of one thing to like make a complete arrangement. So let me show you what I brought home. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna use it all. So I did get some really nice looking stuff, don't you think? I just don't know how I'm gonna use it all. So I've got a Carex or orange sedge right here. Beautiful color on the foliage. Now the tag does say it's full sun, but I found that this type of plant does just fine in a shadier arrangement. It just won't grow very much, which I don't want. I don't want it blocking the window anyway. Then I've got this gorgeous Coleus. See if I can get the tag here. So this is Coleus Wildfire Smoky Rose. Look at that. I love the scalloped edge of that one. For a really pretty foliage filler, I love Doc or Rumex. I think it's really, really pretty with that red veining, especially alongside the Coleus, don't you think? I think that's a really pretty pair. Then I've got just a menagerie of Lobelia. There's lavender, dark blue, and white. There is a Blackie potato vine. I've got one creeping Jenny that I had on hand that I need to do a nice groom job to. My word. And then I've got a couple of Plectranthus. So what I'm gonna do, let me back up and show you. So it's just on a nice window here. So what I'm going to do first is I brought a few coffee filters out. See, there's 4 drain holes in, oh nope, there's 3. Woohoo! Only 3 drain holes, so I will use 3 coffee filters, 1 on top of each drain hole. And that will help soil from dripping out the bottom of the window basket and then maybe like dripping on the ground and splashing back onto the house, which ignore all of that. I still need to paint that. Mercy, we had to have a new cable line run, and it's black so it doesn't match. Anyway, so the coffee filter helps with that. I think I left the coffee filters inside. So now I'm going to fill it with some soil real quick, and I've just brought out some of this potty mix that I had out in the barn. So now that I've got the window box properly prepped, I've got the coffee filters on top of the drain holes and then the soil, then the slow release plant food. I'm gonna set all of my plants in here still in their pots just to make sure I like the way they're arranged. That way I can move them around really easily and then I'll plant. Oh, I think that looks really pretty, you guys. So these aren't even planted yet. I used a lot of the plants, but what I wanted to do is kind of use the Coleus as an anchor. And I know it's small right now, but it'll actually grow taller and it'll become the 3 anchor, like the odd number that I need in this container. And then the grasses will just kind of be in the center just to be that really nice filler. Then I used the 2 dock right in front of the grasses, the Blackie potato vine. Let's see, the 2 Plectranthus, 1 on either side. And then I put the trailing Lobelia, 1, 2, 3, 4 out the front, so it could trail. And then this is Crystal Palace Lobelia here, here, there, and back in the corner. And those are more bushy type, so those will be nice fillers. And then the 2 Creeping Jennies. So I used a heck of a lot of plants in this window basket, but I think it's going to be gorgeous. All right, so now I'm gonna plant. all planted, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous, especially when these coleus start to fill in and do their they'll be kind of little mounds, little balls in the back. And then the grass, the 2 Carex will be kind of this really light, fluffy filler right back in there. So for being quite late in the season, I think I was able to find some super gorgeous things to fill this up with. And I love using lots of foliage plants. I think that sometimes is even more pretty than using blooms. So at this point, I still have 2 window baskets left to plant. I think I'm going to take maybe a little bit more of a perennial approach on the last 2 window baskets. I might put a few annuals in there too. I'm really not sure. You know, I didn't know we were going to be installing window baskets this year. This was kind of a surprise project, which I'm super thankful for. It's been so much fun, but I was not organized and planned for it at all. I didn't have it on my list. Like when I was listing out all of my containers, I was really organized this year, you guys, because I knew with Benjamin being born and having that extra layer of responsibility and not as much time this year, that I needed to have things ironed out. I needed to have know what plants were going where, so that we could, you know, move through projects at a semi decent rate. And so this wasn't part of it, but you know, I think sometimes having a project like this thrown in, maybe, I don't know, the spontaneity of it can sometimes produce better results, I think. But we'll see, you know, we'll see as this one grows in and fills in how all the plants do together, if they all you know, are compatible with each other, color wise and growth wise and all of that. So, and I like to do some of the things like this on the fly because it's just fun to me. It's fun for me to go down to the garden center, and kind of a challenge to look at everything and think, okay, what can I use in whatever, you know, planter that I'm planting up. It's kind of a fun challenge for me. So anyway, I hope this video is helpful to you guys, for those of you who struggle with shade arrangements, kind of coming up with some ideas, or maybe just on how to design a window basket, something like that. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.